Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be here to tell you a little bit about TrekkSoft, our online booking and payment solution for the tour and activities segment. My name is Jon Fauver, and I've got about 20 years experience as a supplier in the global tour and activity segment. Translated, that means I've been a raft guide all over the world. In addition to being a raft guide, I also manage one of Switzerland's largest activity providers and an international student travel company that operates all over Europe. We didn't set off with TrekkSoft to build the booking software and aggregate the global tour and activity market. We set off to get our own products online. The majority of our bookings came from hotels, incoming tour operators, charging a hefty bit of commission, and we knew we could get more direct bookings if we took our own products online, and we looked at how to do that. Our first step was in the online marketplaces. We wanted to be there anyway. They offered good marketing for us. They also take a painful amount of commission. Plus, the booking cycle on an average online marketplace, the guest books their trip in advance. Period goes by, I'm upfronting all my costs, repairing my rafts, fueling my buses. Guest arrives, we take them on a trip, we pay our guides. Up to 30 days later, I get my money back from the marketplace. I have to upfront all the costs. They're taking a painful amount of a commission. I can't afford to give you more than 10 seats a month. So we decided to go online ourselves. Now we're raft guides. First thing we need is a website, then we need a booking engine. And our booking engine needs some way to take payment. We could use Stripe or PayPal. They're an integrated aggregator, acquirer. They're a bit expensive. So we call up the credit card companies, and we say we'd like to open an acquire contract. And they say, sorry, you're a tour operator in the travel industry. That's quite high risk. No. How do I sell online? So we built TrekkSoft. With a TrekkSoft booking engine, the client books online through a secure integrated payment gateway. 7 days later after the booking, based on credit card transaction date, the business owner gets his money paid out worldwide to any bank account in a variety of currencies. He can prepare for the trip. Guest arrives, has a high-quality experience. The rafts are fixed, the buses are fueled up, and off he goes. We're not the only company out there facing this problem. It's received a huge amount of hype in the past 2 years since the PhoCusWright study came out. It's the third biggest segment in travel. It's probably the reason the leisure travel industry exists. People don't go on holiday to stay in hotels and fly on airplanes. They go on holiday to do and see things. The majority of this market is not online because the current solutions don't meet the needs of the company owners. Enter TrekkSoft. As easy to sign up for as opening an account on Facebook. Your technically challenged surf instructor can enter some company information, choose a domain name, select how he wants to get paid through our payment gateway, through his own if he has one, choose which currency he'd like to receive, enter in his tour data, a bit of a description of what he does, design his website, upload a logo, customize a color scheme, and very shortly, he's on his way. He now has the ability to embed a booking link in his existing website if he has one. He can integrate his Facebook page. He can integrate his Twitter. And once he accepts our terms and conditions, Valdez Kayak Co., fictional company, now has a clean, professional presence on the web, a booking-optimized website, fully integrated social media, and most importantly at all, in less than 15 minutes, he can take direct payments. So, TrekkSoft is free to use, costs him nothing, software as a service. We charge a 6% fee on credit card payments, 0% for online booking. He gets unlimited user logins, unlimited agents. He gets a powerful content management system that as he overcomes his technological challenge, he can expand and build on his website, and he gets hosting. I can't explain all the features of TrekkSoft in 8 minutes, but to summarize, it's simple enough to use that a one-man owner-operator can be up and going online very quickly, offers enough powerful features that an international tour operator carrying 20,000 passengers a year can use it to run their business. Offline, online, ticketing, real-time inventory, vouchers, gift certificates, agent, POS login, tracking, traceable discount codes, upselling of ancillary projects, variable pricing strategies, custom marketplaces, and most importantly, in the emerging markets today, a mobile platform. How can we do this? Well, we're a Swiss company, and the best thing about a Swiss CFO is he'd rather lose a limb than lose money. Plus, we know some information the credit card companies don't. We know the date of departure. We calculate our value at risk by the basket value and the length of the pre-booking period. In the industry drivers, the multi-day tours, the ski trips, the safaris, they're booked far in advance and they're expensive, leaves us with a very high value at risk. We've already paid out for that tour. Last-minute in-destination tours, walking tours, bike tours, city tours, booked very low basket price, often in destination, very low value at risk for us. At any one time, we can monitor our overall value at risk for the company. We can make sure it stays within acceptable levels. We bundle the high-risk tours with the low-risk tours, and we monitor each individual company. And if that exceeds acceptable limits, we can open a dialogue and carry on discussing further options with them. In 2012, we'll reach a run rate of 5.2 million in online transaction volume. We've just launched a new office in New York, rolling out TrekkSoft. After that, we are currently at a sign-up rate of 80 to 100 new companies per month. And based on that, our onboarding ratio and the average turnover per company, we see huge potential in scaling TrekkSoft in the near future. Current solutions are not meeting the needs of the suppliers. If you do not get the suppliers on board, all the amazing technology that's being presented with the end-user experience is not going to have the live inventory they need to succeed. It's going to be an incomplete experience for the guest. If you put the power in the hand of the supplier, that data will get online, and it'll be a complete circle. For those of you that are developing end-user experiences, we look forward to delivering to you a critical mass of data in the near future, and look forward to speaking to you later at the convention. Thank you very much.
So I get this problem. This is a terrible problem. I was helping run a tour operator a few years ago. We lost our merchant account, and we ended up in exactly the predicament that these little guys were. And it was a bigger business, too. The credit card companies were completely unreasonable in granting a merchant account, and that wasn't even going to the point of being an acquiring bank. So the question I have for you, I guess, is, although I thought they were completely unreasonable given that company, they were actually fairly reasonable given the risk profile of the tour operator world overall, because it's really operators blinking out of business and leaving them credit cards sitting with the bag that's the problem. This business seems to be you deciding to pick up the bag, right? And so and I understand the value at risk concept, but I also know that credit card companies aren't actually dummies. And so how can you be big enough to feel confident that if something goes sideways, you've got the financial wherewithal to actually make this work? I guess I just don't quite understand how you've managed to provide assurance to all these small tour operators while taking on the risk yourself. Maybe you could just address that in your comments.
I think tourism activities is the next frontier for certainly in this industry, and it's underpenetrated, so I love any solution that's attacking that. Your pricing sort of indicates to me part of the challenge, which is you have to really give this away in order to get it installed into a decent user base. I get that you're still going to make money off of it, but I worry just about how hard sales is in that environment, going effectively door to door. But given all the investment that's just starting to hit with Expedia and Travelport and FlexTrip and Tour CMS and Greyline, et cetera, I think that this is I'm bullish on the area, and so I feel like you have some solutions to get this into where it should be, 21st century. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Hey, for disclosure, we're investors in Square, which might be another alternative for operators, but I think you've got real traction, you're solving a need, you're probably not charging enough. It gets back to the other point that it's slim margins that you're dealing in, and one idea for how to perhaps build on those is, could you offer marketing services? Could you sell them services to help them get found better, or premium placement through distribution?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really like this idea. You know, to me, it feels like it could stimulate a whole bunch of small business people to start their own small tour companies locally and feel that it's within reach. I think it's stimulating. I think it's relevant. I want to go home and start a little Denver tour company. Why not? It takes me 5 minutes. It costs me nothing, right? And I can earn a nickel if somebody calls, so, or more.
Regarding the credit card companies and the tour operator business, again, I'm a raft guide, but tour operator is also a misnomer in a lot of these companies because they're activity providers and they're small. And I think a lot of the credit card industry's fear, and there's probably people who could better answer this than me, is when the tour operators who are bundling package holidays, and as soon as that name tour operator comes down, a red light starts flashing on their screen. Not an activity provider. Regarding what we're charging, very low margin industry, and obviously we'd love to charge more, but I see the value in getting more people online faster, more data online faster, and then giving them the choice to choose which of the wonderful marketplaces and user experiences they want to sell their platforms on. One thing I did not mention is that any tour operator using TrekkSoft or any company using TrekkSoft can resell any other company's tours, create a custom marketplace themselves.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jonathan Fauver.
Thank you very much.
Our next demonstrator gives travel companies a mobile travel concierge app that understands not just what travelers said, but what they mean. I'm pleased to introduce Farid Elzani from Fluential.
Thank you.